crowd, all they're doing is singing a name like they sing out Phil Taylor in England. That's all it is. Great respect from the crowd to both players, really.
Well, look, they're not doing anything wrong when Hamilton's throwing, that's for sure. They're not trying to put him off, they're just singing Gary Anderson's name and just getting behind their man. There's nothing wrong with that. Not falling for that. It's a magnificent crowd in here tonight. Anderson enjoying it like he did here last year when he beat Terry Jenkins 8-3 with an average of 101. And Hamilton, fill it up.
That's better. Hamilton's first maximum of the match, as you can see, he acknowledges the crowd. Is that the 3 darts that's going to get him focused?
134.
Well, he's going to get 6 darts from 193, and in this sort of standard, you've got to take it out. Sets it up, needs at least a ton. Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect for Andy Hamilton. Will he go 25 or he's going 19s? Oh, that's the way you set it up.
Aisha Coco leads 56, 2-darter. And this should be Andy Hamilton's first leg of the match. Mind you, Ronnie's already missed 5 shots at a double, 4 of them in the first leg. Got to hit one here.
Well, sometimes his big 16's the hardest thing to hit. He's certainly got over that one okay. Double top. Well, a perfect guide. He's got to glance this in off the barrel. Again, he's pulled that low. You need to over-pitch that dart when you've got to set up like the second dart was.
Another one there. Well, he can stay there for another one, double 10. Well, hit the treble 14 for double 16. What a finish for Gary Anderson. A 1-2-8 out shot from Anderson after Hamilton had spurned a couple more at the outer ring, and Anderson has gone 4-0 up in Aberdeen.
Well, he said what Andy Hamilton was going to turn up, and Gary Anderson, and certainly Anderson is the player that's turned up. Although the averages are not brilliant, the crucial shots out, and Hamilton now will start to think, I'm 4-0 down, should be 2-all. Will that affect him?
It may seem a little daft to say so, Rod, in a match that could last 14 legs, but that first leg, the very first leg of this match, Hamilton had 4 at the double. Had he gone 1-0 up against Gary Anderson, who's admitted his confidence is very flaky, Hamilton might have gone on with it from there, but he missed those chances. Anderson stepped in and hasn't really looked back.
You're exactly right. Anderson's not doubting himself now. But you know, this fella, he won't give up as he hits his second maximum of the match. He's a fighter, this guy.
The stats are quite interesting. 2 180s to 1, so Hamilton 2-0 on 140s. But it's the doubles that are making all the difference, and for once it's Gary Anderson's finishing that's making all the difference, not his scoring. Anderson 4 from 6, Hamilton zip from 7.
100.
Often you can say it's Gary Anderson's finishing that bails him out.
Well, it's not very often you can see Gary Anderson on 67%. I think probably once a year. He's got this prolific scoring power that gives him so many darts at a double that he doesn't worry about missing a few. And certainly tonight, he's the one who's pinning them. And I think that 1-2-8 in that last leg is going to be proved to be the crucial one. That really has spurred him on. And again, he's missed the double. And again, he's missed the double. He's going to come back on the 9, but certainly Andy Hamilton's going to start to get in his head now that he's missing.
Anderson put another in the treble.
100. And you require 9.
There's not really that much pressure on this, but can he hit the big one first of all? Do that okay, so 2 at double 4. He's missed 10 at a, hasn't hit 1 yet, double 4.
Well, a little wry smile from Hamilton. He can't believe that he's not hit a double yet. Well, Anderson, can he take the 164 out? He took a 128 out. Wants the bullseye. Oh, that was so close as well.
The crowd were ready to raise the roof in Aberdeen. They were up. Then they went out again as it was just on the wrong side of the wire. Hamilton desperate for a double. It's double 2. It's double 2. It's incredible. routine at a double, and with every passing attempt, it's getting harder and harder and harder to hit one. Anderson can't believe he's lucky. What's 25?
Yeah, 9. Double 8 for a 5-0 lead. Now he wants the double 4. Well, Anderson's gone and let Hamilton off, so for this double 1, Rod, you know, as a player, I always would over-pitch this first start a little bit. If it drops in the double 1, all well and good, but you don't want to bust it with the first start.
He's still smiling away, Hamilton. It might turn to a grimace if he misses again. Welcome to the Madhouse. Welcome to your first leg of the evening, Andy Hamilton. 4-1. That will come as a huge relief to the Hammer.
And it was great the crowd stood up and clapped that, Rod. I mean, it's all part of a fun, it's a show, this Premier League, and that, you know, was really it for me. Hamilton finally hits a double, and then they stand up.
Party atmosphere as the Premier League circus comes to Aberdeen. A great crowd in here, got to give them full credit here. They really are enjoying themselves here. They're right behind Anderson, but as you said, Rod, quite rightly, they enjoyed that double 1 from Hamilton. They played along with him.
Well, that shows a knowledgeable crowd for the game of darts, and they showed Andy Hamilton the respect. But he is a lovable character, you know, you never see him causing trouble or anything. He's just up there. Mind you, I wouldn't want to cause trouble with him, sides of him.
No. Wow. All joking apart, this is a really, really crucial leg for Andy Hamilton. Remember, 4-0 down, could have been 5-0 with Anderson missing a couple of chances. We can get back to 4-2 because we know that Anderson is not at full throttle here, the Flying Scotsman. He would still have a chance, wouldn't he, Rob? 4-2, Hamilton.
4-2. You fancy him to get a draw out of the game. 5-1 down, then it's going to be very hard work for him to come back. But that's a perfect dart from Anderson. See, when that first dart is right, the other two follow it so closely. And that's to do with all the quick throwers. Their first start is so crucial.
Like the look of that. He'll love the look of that. And he'll adore the look of that. Hamilton's third maximum of the match. It puts him in pole position here to make it 4-2 before the break. This game may not be over.
And you require 44.
No, certainly not. This gets Andy Hamilton back in the game before the break. It's a big 12. Now double 16, 4-2 to go into a break.
Hamilton hits double 16. He's won back-to-back legs to haul himself back from 4-0 behind to 4-2. Can the Hammer hit back in the second half of this Anderson-Hamilton game? Anderson, remember, was 4-0 up. Hamilton's taken the last 2 legs. Can he get something from this?
Well, he certainly can, no question. He's looking for a draw, I think, the best way at the moment. But this leg is ultra important for this man, Andy Hamilton. He's got to win this leg. He can get scoring and take the double out. Put a bit of pressure on Anderson. Just make him doubt himself.
100.
And then there's a big chance. But this leg, Anderson throws first.
100.
Well, the 140 that Anderson opened up with at the start of this leg was only his second ton 40 of this match. He's had only one 182, which is it's just not Gary Anderson at all, is it? We're used to huge stats stacking up in those columns.
He only had one last week, you know, a maximum. So that's not like Anderson, but he's the sort of guy that all of a sudden he can turn it around. You can see he's getting frustrated with himself. You know, I keep saying it, you know, when you get frustrated, the old arm tightens up a bit and you lose that lovely bit of fluency that the likes of him and Lewis and Barneveld, you know, they're all the same sort of player.
Hamilton plugging away, an honest grafter, if ever there was one.
100.
A good honest tongue from Hamilton, but this leg looks to be heading towards Anderson. Mind you, that's not lying kindly.
59.
What a chance here for Hamilton, but he's got to look at a 140 plus. A 180 would really put him in contention.